Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run for it with Hyde. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On the return is Henderson. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And his first pass is incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The 2nd down run for Abdullah. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Play action, now Taylor. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. So awfully close that time, but his kick's going to come up short by about the length of the football.
Yeah, Brandon, he got a little help from the mile-high air, but that one just didn't quite get there.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And we'll see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal. So instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Mayfield toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
2nd down, Mayfield. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
From the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, Johnson. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They start the drive with a duel. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. A dump off for Abdullah. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Patriot!
Mayfield on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the gun, it's Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Following the interception, Mayfield going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Detroit!
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Mayfield with it once more. And he will find his man on the outside. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield, eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Slow. Two jet.
Final play of the half. It's Taylor. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without it,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go with Abdullah again. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Taylor. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Flush to his right. That is caught inside the 5. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal.
Slow.
They run. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mayfield now on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. First down, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
To throw, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Lucky 56.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Detroit!
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Hassan Ridgeway able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. The Browns on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third down and 12. Throwing. Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Taylor hit. He lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Denver getting set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On first down, it's Taylor. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Larry Ogunjobi forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. On second down, Taylor, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Working out of the gun, Mayfield flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Mayfield on third and goal. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku from 6 yards away. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, it's Taylor again. He sets the fire deep. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 38. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Screen play, Johnson finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And again, it's Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Hyde is the lone man in the backfield here on 2nd and goal. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Mayfield now. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon from a yard out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be out right at the 35. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Taylor. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
4 down. Alert. 36.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike 51. Z. Under.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He may try and run for this. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. Taylor hit. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Open man, there is Malone. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12.
4 down.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. Dancing to his left. And some room to work. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Taylor Looking to throw on second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver, as his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This will be fielded at the 8. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build-up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.